Yo, what's good everyone? Today is Friday, October 3rd, and as you can see, I'm break even on the day. Rough day, I ended up taking two trades. Let's go over the first one. Okay, so coming on to the day, came on a bit earlier today. Usually start around 8:30, came around about 7 today. So had these highs, all-time highs here. Had times 6, had these lows right here, and then these further lows on here, right? Okay, cool. Let's jump down to the 1 hour. Okay, so I came on here, and what I seen that was that we were getting a sell, right? Which could have been a possible retracement from all-time highs, right? We're at all-time highs and we're getting a move down, right? And I wasn't sure, like obviously it would be we were bullish, right? Because if you look on the daily, we had a bullish close yesterday. And we're at all-time highs, right? You don't want to really be short bias at all-time highs until you get confirmation. So looking for buys today. So, first I saw this here coming on, right? Didn't get any reaction in it. We ended up running through this hourly gap. And at 8 o'clock, as you can see, we got an inversion there, right? Let's go down to the 5 minute. So yeah, inversion at 8. Let's see here. So right, candle close around here. Inversed. Um, so now I was like, okay, maybe we want a further pullback, right? We are close to all-time highs, but we just had an hourly inversion, right? So could get a pullback further, um, towards the 50% is where I was looking, which was somewhere down here. I'm not sure exactly where it was. I'd have to look on my trade. But yeah, so I was looking for a move back up now, and then basically a confirmation that we want to go lower, right? So which we got here, right? We inverse is 5 minute gap, gotta move higher. I didn't take anything here. I was like, worst case scenario, we go back to all time highs and then get some type of confirmation further up here, right? Where there be like a 5 minute inversion or something like that. So I waited, sat down to the 1 minute, waited, right? And got this move down at what's this, 9:55, right? Market open 9:30, kind of pushed up, chopped around this area a little bit, and then we got this move down. Now let's mark out this 5 minute candle because this is what I took my trade off. Got this move down, and this was a confirmation that I need, right? We had inversed the hourly fair value gap, so now I was looking for a short. So once I saw this 5 minute gap being created, right? Pretty good size 5 minute gap. I was looking to take a short outside of it, right? Usually I would wait for tap into the gap and then a 1 minute inversion to take short, but this I sometimes take like continuation plays, right? I just take the 5 minutes straight up and have decent stops, right? So that's what I did today. Size down, took the 5 minutes straight up. Let's hop on the 1 minute chart. Okay, so boom. Entry was up here in this 5 minute gap. My break even was okay. My break even was the fill of this 1 minute gap, which we did. So when my stops break even here, as you can see, got stopped at break even. We actually was up. I was up 20 points. I could have. Well, I went all the way to 33 points, right? But this was just my break even. My TP1 was down here at this low, I think. So I didn't make anything off this trade, obviously. Break even trade here. Ended up chopping, but moving higher. Slowly but surely. Let's remove these. So that was the first trade, right? Let's go into the second trade. Uh, second trade. Let's go back on the hourly. Okay. Okay, so I wanted this trade here. This one. I wanted this trade here, right? because I wanted to see us move lower. Take out the 4 hour lows. Let me actually mark that out. So that low, we took out, and then this low down here. And then overall, I wanted to see a tap into this gap, right? I didn't know if that was going to be today or next week, but I wanted to see us rebalance, come back into this gap before we push higher. So we got that on the 30 minute. Okay, so there was an hourly gap right here as I marked out, and I wanted like I paper traded it because I wasn't by my setup, right? So saw this move. I was like, okay, this is not bad. Stops were gonna be a hit there. TP1 was gonna be these lows down here that we had wicked, right? I think this was also my TP from the first trade. And then TP2 down here, TP3 at that 4 hour low also. Didn't get to take this, but as you can see, it worked out nicely. Um, Ended up running, I wouldn't have held this long, but it ended up going over 220 points. So that was a solid trade there. Didn't get to take, but it was a good read. But what I did take was this move higher, right? So we took out a lot of liquidity to lower. We tapped into the 4 hour fair value gap that I wanted to see. So here I wanted to see a move higher, right? I like the reaction after the tap into the 4 hour gap. Nice push up, inverse this 1 minute gap, this 5 minute gap here. Let me mark it out. We inverse this gap here. And this was my confirmation to take a stab at the longs for it to go a little bit higher. Up to the 1 minute. As you can see, boom, came down, tapped into the 5 minute gap. Again, I took this straight up. I didn't wait for, I could have waited for this inversion, but I just took it straight up. Size down, stops are down here. Stops are like below. I remember this gap, and told myself if we inverse this gap, then I'll just exit. So yeah, stops are like around here. Yeah, 20 points. TP1 this high. Uh, TP2 up here. TP3 to fill up this gap up here. All right, so again, in this trade, chopped around a little bit. Did go up, push up over 20 points. Um, so moving my stops to break even once we kind of tapped into the center of this gap here. Boom, kind of chopped around. I was hoping we would get a push to these highs at least so I can take TP1, but didn't get that push. Came down, break even. And yeah, that was all for today, man. 2 break even trades. Till Friday, I didn't really want to force anything else. Um, Took a stab at this light size, but honestly, I was just done for today after that hourly move, after this one right here. I was so upset when I seen how it was working out because I literally was gonna take it. Would have taken it if I was by my setup. But right, this was the move of the day for me. So after this, I really didn't want to take anything, but yeah. That's it. That's it for today. Break even day. That's it for the week. Overall, pretty good week. I am up. Go to the. So I am up. There you go. I'm up 9.4K on the week. Pretty solid week here. Really big win yesterday. And yeah, on to the next.